Philadelphia Eagles fans, welcome back to the Jay All Day Sports Show. I'm your host, Jay, and today we're going to do the final mock draft for the Philadelphia Eagles before free agency kicks off next week. And I also have a couple of trades for you guys, so get ready. We're going to mock it one last time before who the hell knows what's going to happen next week in free agency. All right, Philadelphia Eagles fans, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It really does help this video get into the algorithm and out to other Eagles fans. And if you like Eagles content, please consider subscribing to the channel. All right, I made a trade, guys, with a team that's desperate for draft picks. And that team is the one and only Minnesota Vikings, right? But they're not getting a pick this year. They're getting a pick next year. So we're trading 24 to 32. And then we're swapping a 3 and a 5 next year. That's going to move us up 6 spots. It's not a huge move, but the Vikings make out. They move back 6 picks, and they get a 3rd round pick next year. Pretty solid pick in the top 100 picks. And the Eagles will get a 5th back. Okay, so I'm doing this to get our boy Jalen Walker. This guy is very scheme versatile, right? Excellent pass rusher, 6'2", 245. He's just a physical and athletic freak, right? He could play off-ball linebacker, and he could also play that 3-4 type of linebacker as well, right? The trends are the Bills, the Panthers, and the Lions. So if he doesn't go to the Panthers at 8, he could slide down to us. But the Bills and the Lions were lurking there, right? So I wanted to get him. So I moved up, I made the trade, and we're getting Jalen Walker in the 1st round, guys. I love that trade. I love it. All right, Eagles fans, we're back picking in the 2nd round. We moved up with a trade and got our man, Jalen Walker. Love Jalen Walker. He had a great year. Absolute monster. Great year. But this pick comes with some risk. But I just think Fangio can really unlock his capabilities. All right, now, 2nd round, 64 overall. Judkins is available, man. Woo, baby. Judkins is an absolute beast. Dude's a savage. But with the Saquon Barkley extension, I don't know about wasting a 2nd round pick on a running back right here. Elijah Arroyo, he is on the board as well. D lineman Omar Norman-Lott has been getting a lot of love. A lot of love, guys. But I don't really see it like some others do. He's solid, man. 6'3", 315. You know, he didn't get a lot of snap counts right, but he's got a high pass rush win rate. He's just a violent guy. Good hands. And he's strong, around 300 pounds. Could definitely go on that D-line beside a guy like Jalen Carter, right? But a guy that I love in this draft is Ben Morrison, the cornerback, right? Darius Slay got released. James Bradbury got released. And I want to keep Cooper DeJean in the slot. He was so valuable there, guys. I'm telling you, if Ben Morrison doesn't get hurt, he's a 1st round pick. Or early 2nd round pick. This dude's tape, I was blown away. He didn't play a lot this year. He played through injuries, and then it was just like over for him, right? Just missing time, and then they just shut him down. But if you look at his production in 2023, he's one of the best cornerbacks in the country, right? 3 picks. Just overall, really solid guy, man. A lot of people think that the Packers could take him in the 1st round, and Buffalo could take him in the 1st round, or Washington. Falling to us makes a lot of sense, man. He's smart, really good in man coverage, man. He's just getting back from hip surgery, so he should be good to go. 6 foot 190. He's got really good size. He's not even 21 yet, man. I'm telling you, go watch the tape. Ben Morrison is a stud. Ben Morrison, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, dude. And then the safeties, Blankenship and C.J. Gardner-Johnson. That might be the best secondary in the NFL. No bullshit. I love Ben Morrison. I picked 64 overall. All right, guys. Now, we're up again late in the 3rd round. Pick number 96 overall. We got Jalen Walker, that kind of hybrid outside linebacker, off-ball linebacker. He could play both positions, right? Then we got Ben Morrison, the cornerback, right? So D-line, I'm very interested in here. But another guy I'm really interested in, I'm telling you, NFL scouts are loving this guy, Charles Grant. He's an absolute savage. Deon Walker, the interior defensive lineman, I do like him as well. Yeah, he 6'6", 345. This dude, him and Jalen Walker next to each other. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. For me, it's between Charles Grant and him. Deon Walker is a really, really talented guy. You know, we went 2 defensive players. With Mekhi Becton potentially walking, this is the best guy in the class right now that's left. Probably going to play guard at the NFL level. He's got great athleticism. He's super raw. And his lower body's got like a really low center of gravity. I know he's 6'4", but playing guard in the NFL, man, I just think Jeff Statland could work wonders with this guy. I'm bringing him in. I'm doing it. I'm doing it, guys. Charles Grant goes to the Bird Gang at 96 overall. Guys, I love this draft. I'm loving it. I'm loving it, guys. Straight Mickey D style, man. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. Now, we're up at 129 overall in this draft in the 4th round. Now's the time. Bringing in an edge guy could be interesting. Bringing in an off-ball linebacker could be interesting. A wide receiver in this spot. I do love myself Jack Kaiser, man. He's a very polarizing figure, man. But I love Jack Kaiser. Captain of that Notre Dame defense for years. True off-ball linebacker. I think the Eagles are going to use Jalen Walker more to rush the passer. So Jack Kaiser makes a ton of sense for me. I love Jack Kaiser. I love it. I'm bringing him in. So with Zach Bond back and the Kobe Dean is not going to be ready, right? So whether they sign Oren Burks or not, I don't know. But we need some competition in that room. Jack Kaiser playing along Zach Bond in the middle of that defense. OMG, guys. I love this pick. Jack Kaiser, he's probably the best off-ball linebacker in this class, in my opinion. I do love myself some Damian Martinez as well. All right, Bird Gang. Now the Eagles got 3 freaking picks in the 5th round. 162, 166, and pick 169. So far, pretty defense heavy. 1 offensive lineman. You know, bringing in a running back in the 5th round. Guys, a guy that I love, Trevor Etienne. He's a top 10 guy in this draft class. To fall to us, 5'9", 205. He's not an every down back, but man, he's a great complementary option, man. He's a good player, man. I love this pick. Trevor Etienne in the 5th round. That's a freaking steal if I ever saw one, right? So we got our tackle/guard. Now, where do we go? They drafted 2 wide receivers early in the draft last year, so I don't think they go there again at wide receiver. I know everyone's going to be like, you didn't draft the tight end. All right, well, let's see what we got here. Prieskorn from Mississippi, Fedone from Nebraska. You know, I don't love this tight end class, man. Dupree from Alabama. Lachey. People are going to torch me in the comments because I didn't draft the tight end. But here's an interesting guy. Oronde Gadsden II. 7 touchdowns, almost 1,000 yards. This might be a steal here, guys. In the 5th round, under 4% drop rate. That's a very, very, very interesting pick here, man. That guy's got some talent. Got some talent. Conyers, you know, I don't love that. Gadsden from Syracuse. I'm bringing him in. Dude's a solid pass catcher, man. 3 80 grade seasons. He had a good quarterback this past year. So he really produced. 7 touchdowns. Yo, we're doing it. All right, now we got 1 more pick in the 5th round. Connor Colby's on the board. Pretty solid run blocker. Cody Simon's on the board. Kyle Monangai. You know, so this is where we went in the draft so far. We got the edge. We got the corner. We got the tackle guard. We got the off-ball linebacker. We got a running back. We got a tight end. filling a lot of positions in need here, guys. Danny Stutzman, I like him too. If they don't go Jack Kaiser, late in the 5th round, a guy like Danny Stutzman, definitely interesting. Dawkins, the edge defender from Georgia, pretty solid guy, right? I want the best player available. Tonka Hemingway, people like Tonka Hemingway, man. People like Hemingway, for sure. That D tackle position, Tonka Hemingway, could be very, very interesting here, guys. 6'3", 288. I don't know if I like the size. I would like to see a little bit bigger. Jalen Lane from Virginia Tech. Solid wide receiver there, man. Tim Smith from Alabama. I love the Alabama boys. What a game against Michigan. Absolutely brought it when they needed him to bring it. 6'4", 314. I love this pick. Get another defensive lineman to go along with Jalen Carter. Jordan Davis's contract's coming up. I don't know if they're going to pick up that 5th-year option, so we need another defensive lineman for sure, guys. Philadelphia Eagles fans, here is our mock draft. We traded up to get Jalen Walker. I just think he's an absolute freak. That Fangio can release all his skill sets, figure out really where he really fits, right? And he's really young too, so he could play on the edge, I think. He's got to work his game and coverage a little bit, but they'll figure that out. And then he could also play off-ball linebacker. He's just such a versatile piece. With that athleticism, he could wreak havoc in this Eagles defense. Then we got Ben Morrison, the cornerback. I love him. Charles Grant, absolute beast mode. If they don't sign Becton, he can plug and play and compete with Tyler Steen to start at right guard next to Lane Johnson. Jack Kaiser, we need a true off-ball linebacker. He is it. And then Trevor Etienne, solid running back, man. Could be that 3rd down guy. Got to spell Saquon a little bit, get some carries. Super athletic guy. They hated the Oronde Gadsden pick. I don't know why. Both of the Eagles tight ends contracts are up, so that makes no sense. And he was super productive, almost 1,000 yards last year for Syracuse. And then Tim Smith, a big hulking D lineman from Alabama, man. I think we did a really good job with this draft. Considering the Eagles have the last pick in the draft, we got, 3, maybe 4 potential starters in this draft and then some depth. Guys like Etienne, Gadsden, and Smith. Some serious depth guys. I absolutely love it. They can learn from some of the veterans. I think we did a good job, guys. Eagles fans, let's clap it up. Free agency next week, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.